I, on behalf of Civil Engineers Academy and Research Center, again welcome one and all on today's webinar on the topic Troubleshooting by Government Authorities Engineers in Infrastructure Projects. It is a practical approach. We are from a period or a generation जिसमें पंजाबी ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਾਣਾ ਲਾਈਨ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਮਜ਼ਾ ਫੋਨ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਂਦਾ ਜੋ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਂਦਾ ਹੈ but this COVID scenario has stopped us from holding this program physically, and that is why we are holding this online. I am grateful to the people who have joined with us. There are about 250 people who have joined in this webinar. It is the word troubleshooting. Troubleshooting, in Hindi we say samasya nivaran, and in Punjabi we say samasya da niptara. I think all of you will agree with me that in any project or any job, especially in highway infrastructure projects, troubles are part of the job, part of the game. These are inevitable, but how to handle these troubles, handle these problems is a very tricky job. It depends upon the person who is holding the position, especially who is from the owner department. In India, we generally, the owner departments are, the top people are chief engineers. In corporations, these are chief general manager, project directors, CGM is there, and they are the persons who are supposed to handle these problems, because the parties involved in construction projects are contractor is there who executes the job, consultants are there, then there are different authorities with which these government engineers are made to deal. इन सभी को मिलाना और उनकी कोई भी इशू हो उसको सॉर्ट आउट करना, I think it is the job of a government engineer who is the owner of the department. Though there are certain guidelines given in each and every contract that how to operate the contract, codes are there, but there is a common line in each and every contract that line is as per the decisions of engineer in charge. So this line gives lot of power, lot of teeth to the government officer to discuss, diagnose and sort out any problem which comes in that project. I have seen that engineers who do not play that active role and use this authority, these projects suffers a lot. Ultimately, that suffering is suffering of the public, because the money of the public is involved in government projects. If the delay is there, then public is suffering. If a cost escalation is there, then the public is suffering. So on account of that non-active attitude of that authorities officer, to which we call authorities engineer, not authorities engineer, the authority engineer, it is a practical identity, but the person who is representing the authority, that if he plays an active role, any problem can be sorted out, whether it is related with contract, it is related with the finance, it is related with the land acquisition, it is related with other agencies, clearances from railways. Any problem, if it is there, it can be sorted out. So what is the troubleshooting? I have explained it is a logical, systematical search for the source of a problem in order to solve it and make the process operational again. And how to shoot the trouble, the system involved, identify the system of problem and potential cause of the problem, the process of elimination, these potential cause is and find out the process, how to eliminate the potential cause, and ensure that after removal of that problem, the system is resorted as original. So this is regarding what is troubleshooting. One of my friends, he yesterday asked me that he could not understand what is the topic and what we are going to discuss. As just now I have explained that trouble, which the word we call trouble or problem, These are the specific situations which comes in every project. And the system to hold these depends from person to person, situation to situation. In other projects, if it is IT job, mechanical job, there is set down procedure is given how to diagnose the trouble and how to sort it out. But my dear friends, in case of civil engineering projects, infrastructure projects, there is no set laid down procedure to sort out these troubles. Even if you search on Google, you will not find the answer. So in these cases, the authorities engineer, that is chief engineer, CGM, as I just now explained, that they are people who are representing the government departments, they are to find out the solution. So it depends upon the skill of the person who handles the project, that how to sort it out. I have read about civil engineer Sir Gangaram, how he worked in India and finally in Pakistan, and how he handled the situations and problems. Then I read about our Sir Visvesvaraya. We celebrate Engineers Day on his birthday, how he handled the problem. But these are the stories. I have not seen these people, and I have no doubt I have heard about their work, have seen their works also, but I was not born when they completed their work, and they have expired before my birth. Then the living legend, which I have seen him, I have seen his working, he is Mr. E. Sridharan, our metro man. I read about him in many newspapers, magazines, interviews, and I have read his book also. In that book, he has mentioned how he handled these problems. This book is Karm Yogi, and if you go through this book, you find all the answers, whatsoever question you have. Generally, the people in government department says the system does not allow them to work and allow them to behave. You go through this book, you will get all the answers, all the answers to your queries. And the magic mantra explained in this book is that one should be a government officer or the in charge of the project looking on behalf of the government. He should be honest, he should stand firm, he should polish his professional skills, he should keep his integrity, and he has moral values. So if you go through this book, you will find the replies to most of your queries. I will show you some of the sentences which are there in this book. I will not take much time. You can see my slideshow. All these things are there in this slideshow, and it is in this book also. He openly said that those who could not make useful decisions were a negative influence on the nation's progress. Then on delay of the project, he has said that it cost taxpayers, just now I told you that it is taxpayers' money. It cost taxpayers rupees 1.5 crore for every day of delay of a particular project which he was dealing. Then mutual trust and culture. In his projects, papers and files were avoided in everyday activities wherever these were possible. Then he has mentioned about the team spirit, and he particularly mentioned that in case the payments are not made to the contractor in time, the progress of construction work gets blocked. And he said the promises to contractor that he had promised to the contractor that no decision would take more than 48 hours, and these decisions were taken on the site itself, recorded and honored. Decisions were taken on the spot. In the larger interest of the corporation, though he negotiated. And one thing more, generally government engineer says the contract bounds them, they cannot pay more than this, escalation clause says this. But in one of the cases he had mentioned that there was certain escalation clause, but he has noticed that with that escalation clause, the work cannot be got executed, work will get delayed. He even paid him more than whatsoever was mentioned in his contract agreement. Tardy payment to those who deserve to be paid on time would lead to corruption and unsavory relationship and deals. All these points will be taken up by our key speaker, Dr. B.S. Singla. He also faced these situations and how he handled these situations. He is a living legend among us, जो कि आपको इन सभी बातों के जवाब देंगे. आप अपने क्वेश्चन भी उनसे पूछ सकते हो. Then I mentioned about our key speaker, Dr. B.S. Singla. In year 2008, I came in contact with Dr. B.S. Singla. He was MD HSRDC at that time, and I observed his style of working. It was totally different from the other officers with whom I have been working earlier. With his hard work, HSRDC came to so much limelight that even central government starts offering the works which are generally done by CPWD or central government departments to HSRDC. And ultimately, he shifted to NHAI and as a CGM, and the remarkable work done by him on Eastern Peripheral Way is an example, and he has published a book also on this Eastern Peripheral Way, that how he completed this peripheral way in 500 days. The name of the book is Expressways in 500 Days, and this book is available on our website also. This is the book. Anybody can go to this website and read this book. Then we thought, why not to discuss these issues on a common platform? So we approached Dr. B.S. Singla. He humbly he accepted our request and he offered to come on this dais. Earlier it was decided that he will be delivering his speech online. That I requested him that, sir, we should come on a common platform. We will talk some other things also. He was very busy and he has come directly from Bombay yesterday evening, and today he is present among us. I am grateful to you for that, sir. Dr. B.S. Singla in this book has mentioned about the payment in 24 hours, fast decision making and fast payment. He has mentioned that fast decision making and fast payments are the major tools to execute the work at a faster speed. In this case, every payment of the bill was made in 24 hours. Decisions regarding decisions, these decisions were taken on spot and these were honored also. Most of the files were cleared during the site visits. Many officers give the decision during the site visit, but when the files come to them for approval, they raise objections. I am a live victim of that, which I will not share on this platform. Decisions have been taken in my cases on files. Even I was given the orders also. These orders are signed by chief engineer level person, and ultimately when it came to making the payment, these orders were dishonored. They said the decision taken by the chief engineer has not been accepted by the authority. So verbal decision must be owned, otherwise one loses faith, integrity and trust. Basically it is all game of the trust. The engineer, government officer must create he must have the integrity and he must create the faith among the people that whatsoever he says, it will be honored. One must keep his words. Dr. Singla will explain how he has been keeping his words. Then approval of the COS in these projects, it was given in 1 day. Then officers' fear of taking decision, how they handled it, he will explain. Then teamwork was there, and in his start of the book, he has mentioned that challenges make life interesting, but overcoming them makes meaningful. One more example, everybody knows Dr. Pranab Mukherjee, our President of India. He was a troubleshooter in Congress, and when he was selected as President of India, in an interview, he mentioned some words like this: though I feel honored to be a President of India, but I will miss the adventure of troubleshooting. Thank you very much, sir.
Now, thank you, sir. Now I will request our key speaker, Dr. B.S. Singla ji, to come on the dais and present his presentation, please. Thank you.
Good morning. First of all, I congratulate the Civil Engineers Academy and Research Center for arranging this webinar on this important topic, practical troubleshooting by government authorities, engineers for situations faced in time-bound infrastructure projects. I firstly congratulate Shri Inderjeet Gai. Today is his birthday. Best wishes. It is the best way to celebrate the birthday. when we completed this expressway in 500 days, it was Mr. Inderjit Gai who asked me to write a technical paper on this experience, on all the experience, which resulted in writing of this book. Thank you, sir. American roads are not good because America is rich. America is rich because American roads are good. Roads are so important. First, I will explain about the highways. Indian road work is roughly 62 lakh kilometer of roads. Out of these, the national highways are only 2.3%, but carry 40% of the traffic. The highways play major role in the economic development of the country, and they carry 85% of the passenger traffic and 60% of the freight traffic. The economic growth of India is roughly 4.2% in 2019. Now it has changed because of this COVID situation, and the sale of vehicles is increasing, so we require more roads, more widening of roads and other infrastructure projects. This was the NHDP program which was approved by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for the improvement of the roads, and the Bharatmala Yojana. Something about the highways. Kashmir to Kanyakumari is the longest national highway in the country, 3806 kilometers. Ernakulam to Kochi, it is the smallest national highway, only 6 kilometers. Leh Manali highway is the world's second highest altitude motorway highway. Something about the PWDs. In 1849, the first PWD was created in Punjab in the British time, and it was entrusted with the job of GT road from Calcutta to Peshawar, including 100 bridges. It was also entrusted the job of construction of Upper Doab Canal, Kalka to Shimla Road, Chinni to Satluj, and Upper Ganga Canal, and all these were completed by 1854. Previously, the PWD was looking for all the three wings, PWD building and roads, irrigation, as well as public health activities. But later on, different departments came. The expressway history. In 1912, construction of first experimental expressway was started in Berlin, and Italy built many expressways in 20s. Germany opened its first expressway in 1929, and Pennsylvania and to Turnpike was the first expressway in US. Ahmedabad to Vadodara was the first expressway in India. It was planned in 1970 because of land acquisition problems and many other problems. In 1990 these were resolved, and the project was completed in 2003. These are the various expressways in the country. Some more are in progress also. The concession period in the BOT projects. This is the highest in France, goes up to 70 years. In India, it is just 30 years. And toll rates, we always irritate with the toll rates. These are the lowest in India. You will see in the world, UK has the highest toll rates. When we join the government service, we take the oath that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to India and to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, that I will carry out the duties of my office loyally, honestly, and with impartiality. So help me God. Do you really remember the oath while performing the duties in the government service? Have you really shown your faithfulness and true allegiance to the Constitution of India? Have you really carried out your duties loyally, honestly, and impartially? Who has stopped you from performing your duties? No one has asked you, don't do the duties, don't perform as per law. No one is stopping you. Who is stopping you? You yourself. When you join the government service, you see the things in a different way. You always find faults in your seniors, that they are not doing this, When you become senior, you come in this, you also behave in the same way. You cannot take excuse of the system. It has to be made by you. You are not supposed to be flow in the system. Challenges make the life interesting. Overcoming them makes the life meaningful. I will take the example of the time-bound project, Eastern Peripheral Expressway. This was a 270-kilometer long project of Western Periphery Expressway and Eastern Periphery Expressway. I got the opportunity to construct this Eastern Periphery Expressway of 135 kilometers. It was a project of 5,000 crores, which was to be constructed in 910 days, but the actual construction period was 500 days, and there were 406 structures. It was a fully access controlled expressway with 7 interchanges for entry and exit. More than 21,000 engineers worked on this project, and about 10,000 workers, including the engineers, worked on this project. About 3.6 crore cubic meter of earth were used, including the fly ash. About 20,000 trucks of earthwork were carried out in a single day, and 11 lakh ton of cement was used on this project. Average 1 lakh cement was used, 1 lakh cement bags were used in a single day in the peak times, and the steel consumption was about 200 ton in a single day. While constructing this expressway, whenever everyone has visited any foreign country, he sees the highway there and feels that why such kind of highways are not in our country. Are our engineers not competent? The same competition was also with me. The competition was not within India, it was with the world. So some innovative ideas were also introduced, and it became the first expressway with iconic toll plaza, first in the world. First expressway with digital art gallery, first in the world. First expressway to say no to overloaded vehicles. First expressway with the drip irrigation, with solar power, and there were 36 monuments, 40 fountains, and there was a provision for auto challan for overspeeding vehicles. This was the iconic toll plaza. It is 170 feet high at the center and 154 wings on each side. This is the digital art gallery which has been constructed below this toll plaza. It is the first digital art gallery where holographic models of major structures have been depicted, and there are vertical gardens at the face of it. This I was explaining to the Honorable Prime Minister while inaugurating this project. This is the digital art gallery. drip irrigation was used on the entire expressway and rainwater harvesting. And this is the drip irrigation all along the highway in the central median as well as for the avenue plantation also.
Next slide.
There were about 2,60,000 trees which were planted along this. The plantation of the trees was carried out in such a way that the color of the flower changes after every kilometer, so that one enjoys the highway when he drives on it. You will see on it. The color of the flowers changes after every kilometer. One should feel proud to be an Indian that we have such kind of highways in our country. And there was solar power plant on the entire expressway, 135 kilometer. It was placed at 8 different locations, and 36 monuments were also there on this highway: Ashok Chakra, Qutub Minar, India Gate, Lal Killa, Gateway of India, even many more, Hawa Mahal, and many more projects. Beautiful fountains were also installed at various locations of interchanges and other locations. These are the beautiful fountains. This is a fountain in the interchange at Dohai. An ROB, a bridge on the railway line, was constructed in just 100 days. It was 88 meter long. Generally, the bridges take 1.5 to 2 years to construct, but this was constructed in just 100 days. What was my style of working? I opened my office on this bridge where the work was going on. The contractor asked me, "Sir, should I bring something for you?" I said, "Yes. Firstly, give it to all the 150 workers who are working there, then give it to me." So there was a good teamwork. All the labor was with me. That is why the result was achieved. This is how the ROB was constructed in 100 days. In the bottom you are seeing the day, 14, 15, 16, 17. Every day progress is coming. And another ROB where there was a single span of 70 meter. It was constructed in a record time of 190 days. Additional works. We carried out these additional works of iconic toll plaza, digital art gallery, these beautiful monuments, etc. Not from the government budget, because it is very difficult to get such financial sanctions in the government sector. The contractors were kind enough to do this work free of cost. Why they did so? No one is ready to spend the money. When you help him to get the project executed in a time-bound manner, he saves a lot of money and he spends some money on these monuments. Some practical examples to tackle the problems. First was land acquisition. The land was acquired under the NH Act and payments were made to all the farmers. But they were demanding more money and started agitation. The state government were pursued, but we could not get the desired result. A case was going on in the Honorable Supreme Court regarding the pollution in the Delhi city, and eastern periphery was one of the part of that. Because of that, the pollution was reducing in Delhi. After the construction, we have seen about 24.7% vehicular pollution has reduced in Delhi. So, and I filed an application in the Honorable Supreme Court to get the help for the land acquisition. I appeared personally in the Supreme Court and explained the position. I requested them to summon the DGP for help from the police. After discussion, the honorable judges, they summoned the SSP. In the Honorable Supreme Court, they gave one week time. In the meantime, during this 1 week, a full battalion was given to us and the land was taken in possession. During the execution of the project, weekly visits were planned. Every week I was going to the site, and I have seen best decisions can be taken only after going at the site. At the site, the decisions were taken at the spot. If you delay the decision, it will delay the work. There is one example of the change of scope approval in the case of Ashoka Buildcon project. It was started by the contractor on one day, and it was cleared by the authority engineer. Mr. ACOM by the authority engineer in that project. It was cleared on the same day. Of course, there was discussion prior to that. The PD also cleared on the same day. I as RO as well as CGM also cleared. It went to member, Shri Neeraj Verma ji. He also approved it. It was the power of the executive committee to approve that. I went to the chairman, Shri Raghav Chandra ji, to have a special meeting of the executive committee for the approval of that. He immediately called all the members and the agenda was approved. So the entire approval was in a single day. It is an unbeaten record in the history of NHAI. Post facto approvals were sought. I was giving all the approvals, not of my power, of the power of my chairman as well as member also. Why? How can you use the powers? I have seen many officers who are not using their own powers also. They send the file to their senior officer, may kindly see. Why? Why you are afraid of? Use your powers. Your seniors should have confidence in you. You use their powers also. But the important parameters are your integrity, honesty, sincerity, and your competency. You should be very hard working. There is no substitute of hard work. Your seniors know everything about you. They will approve your files if you have the integrity. This is the major parameter for giving the spot decision or taking the decisions at the level on the behalf of your seniors. Approvals were given even on WhatsApp. I have used this technology. The fast decisions, results were seen by everyone. There was fast working. You will see I have shown two samples. The first was sent on 28th of October 2017 at 16.02 and it was approved at 17.32. It was a clear-cut approval. And in the second file, It was sent on 4th of January 2018 at 11.01. It was approved at 11.03. The approvals were super fast, and contractors' payments were released within 24 hours. It was first time in the history of NHAI an order was passed. The order is also shown there, that every payment will be made in 24 hours. With fast payment, the contractor needs only two things to execute a work: fast decisions and fast payments. In the contracts, there are payments, you will submit the bill in 7 days, the authority engineer will check in 15 days, and the payment will be released in another 15 days. It takes so many days. The contractor financial flow disturbs. He cannot execute the work fastly. If you release the payment within 24 hours, just give 90% payment, keep on checking the bill. It will resolve the problems of the contractor, and he will execute the work at a very high speed. The progress of the work was reviewed every day. Generally, the contractors feel we give the targets, the officer give the targets and never review that, or review it after a long time. Then there are 100 of excuses. Review the progress every day if you want to complete the project in a time-bound manner. The contractors were giving very good progress, but not the best. Still, more best can be taken from them. And what were the techniques used to get the best result? A competition was created within the contractors. One who was delivering best, he was given the appreciation letter. Don't shy in giving the appreciation letters to good workers. This brought competitive spirit in the contractors, and we started getting 24 hours progress in 24 hours. Even with this speed, the target was not being achieved. Detailed analysis was carried out of the critical activities, extra manpower and machinery was deployed at the desired locations, and extra effort shown progress, and we got 36 hours progress in 24 hours. Even in one project, we were lagging behind. It was being constructed by the JP construction. There we deployed 4 times manpower and machinery, and we got 48 hours progress in 24 hours. And an appreciation letter was also given to them. Sincerity and punctuality. Firstly, I have seen in the government sector there is no ownership of a project. The officer must own the project. If your decisions are delayed, if you are clearing the file in 7 days or 10 days, don't expect the results from your juniors and your contractors or from anyone else. Everyone is work at your speed. If your speed is fast, everyone will follow that. Firstly, show your speed, and one should be very punctual. In my entire career, I have always attended the duty at 9 a.m. and left the office at 5 p.m. It was 9:30 to 6 in NHAI. Firstly, be punctual. In the first hour, no one is coming to disturb you. You can clear all the files, you can make your planning for the day, you can review the activities, you can do lot of job. And when you will come in time, every officer, every subordinate, they will try to follow you. Generally, as Mr. Gai has already explained, many officers go to the site. They give some direction, you do this, you do this. When the file comes to them, they raise objections in their own decisions. And if some subordinate raises the objection, he has no guts to overrule that, to say, yes, I have ordered this is the correct decision. How a contractor will perform at site at your verbal orders? Own your orders. Your orders are very important. Some examples of stoppage of work. The first work on the Eastern Periphery Expressway near Duhai in UP district, it was stopped by a local bureaucrat. He was having some ego problems. Sorry to say openly on this. But when I came to the site, it was the Bab engineering project. Mr. Desai, Mr. Chauhan and Mr. S.K. Singh, all three were there. They told me the project has been stopped by so and so. I told him that what are the losses? Just give me the loss, 1 day loss. How much machinery and manpower you have suffered? They gave me the tentative figure. I wrote a DO letter to the Chief Secretary UP that your so and so officer has ordered to stop the work. My contractor has suffered this much loss in a single day. Pay this money every day till the work is stopped. And also take action against your officer who has ordered this. Next day the work was started and that bureaucrat approached the contractors not to give anything in writing because it will spoil their career. So you should be bold enough to help your contractors. Don't say, go and meet them. It will increase the corruption. It is a teamwork. The contractors are working on your behalf, on the behalf of your department. You own that. There was stoppage of work in a second case, overturning of girders of ROB. We were constructing the ROB at Palwal. It was on Delhi-Agra line. Due to failure of the crane, the girder overturned. The work was stopped. The railway put 98 lakhs penalty on us. And when I went for sanction again, launching of the girder, they refused. The inquiry will take place. It will take 1 year. It was in the history of railways, they have never given sanction more before 1 year. So it was a very problem to complete this project in a time-bound manner. I requested my member, my chairman, my secretary, they tried their best, but we could not get the approval. My minister, always, Honorable Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, had always announced that I am available for all the 24 hours. I went to Bombay. I met him. He was going in a function. I told him, I explained him. I requested him to talk to the chairman railways. He immediately rang to the chairman railways. After 2 hours, I sent a message to the chairman railways. I am so and so. Mr. Gadkari ji has talked to you. Kindly tell me to whom should I contact. It was Saturday. Immediately I got the message that you contact Mr. so and so. I was not having his contact number. I again sent a message and got his number from the chairman railways. I talked to the person. His behavior was very rude. क्या है? क्या जल्दी है? देख रहे हैं? And switched off his phone. After 20 minutes, I again rang up to him. Sir, have you seen it? Doing it. After 1 hour, I got the call from him. Yes, the permission has been granted. You continue your work. So it was a teamwork, starting from the Honorable Minister up to the bottom. It was not only I who was performing, the entire team was performing. Have faith in your staff, contractor, consultant, and support them in difficult times. Don't say the girder has been overturned, the contractor is responsible. The consultant is responsible, but because he is responsible to get the work executed. There can be fault, there can be accidents, there can be so many things. Support your staff, support your contractors. They will perform. If you are performing, people will be jealous. In other ways, you can say, if the people are jealous about you, you can assume you are performing very well. Get energy from it and go ahead. No one will allow you to work smoothly in the government sector. They will file anonymous complaints against you. There can be inquiries. many things. When I was posted at Exin Charkhi Dadari, it was the unprecedented flood of 1995. There was it is just like a saucer. The water was accumulated in its depth from 5 feet to 10 feet in a periphery of about 15 kilometers around Charkhi Dadari. To drain the water, we were requiring the Hume pipes. The order of the Haryana government, rate contract order, was from a firm from Faridabad. It was not possible to purchase the Hume pipes from there. I purchased the pipes locally from Charkhi Dadari. The complaints were filed against me. There was a vigilance inquiry and a case was framed against me and FIR was registered. The case went in the court. The court decided that as the pipes purchased are as per standards and specifications and these have been purchased at a lesser rates than the government order, there is no criminal case. However, if the government feels, they can start the disciplinary action if he violated some rules. Then disciplinary action was started against me, a charge sheet was framed. When it went to Shri Vivek Malhotra, he was the then secretary, he is known for his integrity, honesty and boldness. He went through those charges. He said, what wrong this is going on? He dropped the charges and framed the charges against the vigilance officer who conducted that inquiry. So in the government sector, there are also officers who will come and help you, provided the condition you are working to your honesty, with your integrity and in the public interest. That is the important parameters. The people will also get the information under RTA Act just to blackmail you. No one kicks the dead horse, always remember it. A correct decision can double the confidence and a wrong decision can double the experience. This I have already explained that how the girders overturned and the decision was taken which was later on allowed by the chairman railways. A relation with the contractors, your consultants and your staff. The relations with your staff are very, very important. Work with them as a team. Don't treat them as your servant. Listen them and try to help them and create a positive atmosphere. Allow them to work independently as per provisions of the contract. In the contract, the contractor has to execute and the work is to be supervised by the engineer. Allow them to perform their duties. When the officer interferes to stop the work, rather he should interfere if someone is creating some problem. He should get his help of the contractor to get his design and drawings approved in time. No project can be completed without a good teamwork. I have seen the class 1 contractors sitting before a clerk saying, Sir, kindly clear my bill, clear my file. How he can be a class 1 officer? He is asking for the money, for the work he has done. He is not asking for any favor from you. It is your duty to resolve his problem as an officer and assure his timely payments. In HSRDC, when I was MD, I seen there were long channels. After 10 channels, the file was coming to me. I passed a 10-page order that every file, one will deal, one will review, and every third channel was mine. I cut the channels in between so that decision can be given in 24 hours. Transfers, posting and transfers. Once I was posted at Rewari. It was a punishing station. Strong labor unions were there. When I joined there, I visited all the roads. There were so many potholes on the roads. I visited all the buildings which were being maintained by the PWD, each and every building. I deputed my all team to get the roads pothole free. Generally in the maintenance of the buildings, we spend all the budget for the Deputy Commissioner house, judicial houses, exchange house or other officers house. No one is thinking about the class 4 employees. I made a cut in the entire budget and spent on the class 4 employees. I requested the then engineer-in-chief Shri R.R. Shriram to give me some additional budget for the repair of the class 4 houses because there was a shortage in the budget. Additional budget was given to me. When I was going to site, wherever the baildars were working, I stopped my vehicle, just came to say hello to them and ask their problems. After some time, I found that there was a good teamwork. They were very comfortable in talking to me, and I have done nothing, just repaired their houses. All the labor unions were with me, and all the roads were made pothole free by the government baildars. When we say they don't perform their duty. We ignore our class 4 staff. They are a part of us. Make part of the team. They will give very good results. Political interferences. Once, while working on the Eastern Periphery Expressway, one local MLA rang up to me and asked me to send my contractors to him so that they can explain to him what kind of work is going on. There may be some another motive, I cannot say that. I refused to do so. I told him, sir, I can supply you all the information. Kindly send me your mail address or anything else. No, send the contractor. I deputed my manager who talked to him. Even then, he was not happy. I blankly refused him that my contractor will not come to you. Then he started getting information, misuse of the RTI Information Act. He started collecting information. What happens? Nothing. You are doing a right work. He can collect any information. It is available. We supplied all the information one. But my contractor never met him. Second, obligations at VIP visits. There was a function of the Honorable Prime Minister for the inauguration of this project of Eastern Periphery Express. The local minister called me. He again called me to send the contractors. I told him, sir, we are making all the arrangements. I have got this estimate sanctioned. When we are doing this, why you need something else? He was not happy. No, we have many expenditures. Ask your contractors. I refused him. Sir, I cannot do this. You can take any action, whatever you want. He talked to someone but never gave any problem to me. Then there was interference at tendering stage. You all are aware of this. I was posted as action rewardee when I received a call from the top politician to give a particular tender to a particular person. I refused that. No doubt there was competition in the tenders, but after 2 hours, I got my suspension orders. I remained under suspension for 2 years. There was no explanation call, no charge sheet. After that, I was reinstated with all the consequential benefits. Don't fear from these problems. It is for you to take it as a problem or as a challenge. Take it as a challenge. Posting and transfers are in the hands of politicians and bureaucrats. What is wrong in this? If we give posting and transfer to the head of the engineering institution, chief engineer or AIC, do you think there will be very fair transfers? Only performers are recognized. You might have seen that in the CM area, who is posted, who is a good performer. In the PWD minister's area, only good performers are posted. Your performance is not judged by your efforts, but by the results you produce. To try to be a good performer. Remain always positive. Allow your subordinates also to work in the positive atmosphere. Only then they can deliver the results. Generally we say the glass is half empty or half filled. Think it in a different way. The glass is full. First half is filled with water and the second half is filled with air. Never return the files with objections. Whenever a file comes to you for approval and you know the background, somebody is coming behind the file from pillar to pillar, every desk to desk. When you raise the objection, the file goes back to the bottom from where it has started. It will come back after 1 month to you. Clear the file. You summon anyone, you get any information, you are the officer in charge. You can get any information on telephone, by fax or anything else. Clear the file. It will reduce your workload also. I have seen engineers are very hard working. They are good performers. They love to work if you give additional charge of the second division also. It proves that they are very competent. Use your competency in a positive way. Writing of ACRs. I have seen the engineers are very miser in writing the ACR. They start from the fair, good, very good, and very, very rare circumstances, outstanding. In the last 10 years in NHI, I have never written an ACR other than outstanding. Give good ACRs. I prepared a decongestion plan of Delhi. Whenever you enter in Delhi, you will see that there are congestions, traffic jams takes hours to clear. So I was thinking the eastern and western periphery expressway is one ring and there is the outer ring, link both these rings through elevated structure at 7 different locations so that one can enter Delhi and come out of Delhi without any hurdle. And some new proposals were also given. I shown it to my secretary. First question was, who has asked you to do so? Are they Nesha highway? I said, no sir. Many are Delhi government roads. No. I was not happy. I went to Honorable Minister and shown him. He was happy. He discussed the topic with the Honorable Prime Minister and the plan was approved. Some improvements are Dhaula Kuan Junction. The project cost, now it has been constructed. The entire cost is recovering within 15 months only from the fuel saving. The time saving is different. Only from the fuel saving you are getting the entire cost. Similarly, the improvement of junction at Gurgaon, Rajiv Chowk, Signature Chowk, IFCO Chowk, and we are getting the entire recovery of the cost and 3.5 years only from the fuel savings. If you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. Whatever you do with enthusiasm. Posting of good staff. Everyone wants a good staff should be posted. I have seen every employee has the capability. He may have some different capability. Use him for what he is capable. Give him a posting of his choice, of his taste. You will see how they will perform. And you will see everything has some extraordinary quality. Use that quality. Everyone will perform. In my life, I have always found good bosses but outstanding subordinates. All these subordinates were outstanding. People are saying they are not working, but they have performed very well. Why? Because give that environment, give the job of his taste, he will perform. After the completion of this project, there were 10,000 workers, or were appreciated to 200 engineers. The appreciation letter was given by Honorable Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, and to all others by me. Even the driver, the cook got the appreciation letter because they have also worked day and night with us. At the end, I will say, by performing the duties, always remember your oath you have taken. Work with integrity, honesty, and hard work. These are the important parameters. Don't keep fear in mind. Take bold decisions. Everyone will be with you. Nothing happens in the government sector. If you are performing your duties, everyone will help you from top to bottom. And create a good teamwork with your contractors, with your consultants, with your subordinates. It is only the teamwork who can give you the results, who can complete the such important projects in a time-bound manner. Thank you very much.
Dr. B.S. Singla ji.
जी सभा आपके उपराले से हुआ है जी, अदरवाइज इट वॉज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ऑर्गेनाइज सच ए प्रोग्राम.